As you may or may not know already, while working out at home, I dropped a bench press with a 25-kilogram barbell attached to it onto my head. I cried a lot. All I could say to my boyfriend in the moment was that I was scared. I'm scared, I'm so scared. What if I'll never be the same after this? All I wanted was to better my health, and now in a moment I actually destroyed it. Thankfully, my wound was not that deep, but the impact was strong. The following week I had to be tended for and could barely walk, could barely sleep, and everything was in a haze. I would cry every single day when the clock would strike 5 p.m. and I would relive the incident. The recovery was hard, really hard. It was made up of two components, the physical and the mental. Physically, it took a bit over a month to be able to walk on my own for at least 10 minutes without feeling dizzy. It's been a constant haze, constant fatigue, and it's been a real chore to get any sort of exercise in. Even walks were a task on the hardest difficulty. Slowly but surely, though, I started to regain my senses. And then it would regress again, and then it got better, and the cycle would continue. Mentally, it took a huge toll. I've always thought that I had a certain strength to me, that no matter what life throws at me, I'll be fine, that I'll pass any challenge in the end. And maybe that is true still, but I felt weak. You know, you can lose your life in a matter of a few seconds, forces a whole different perspective onto you. We are fragile. I was overwhelmed by regrets. If only I was a bit more careful. If only I thought about it. If only I wasn't trying to look so smug and prove a point. It was an accident, I know. I couldn't help but blame myself, though. It might seem a bit dramatic, but I think it's something you can't understand unless you go through it yourself. Knowing death brushed your shoulder, but you got lucky. I felt even weaker when everyone else was telling me that I'm fine, but I didn't feel like that. I felt like I was exaggerating, overreacting. So weak, I thought. But even so, I tried my best to keep at it, and to take it one day at a time. And sure enough, slowly I started to ease back into my activities. For anyone out there who is going through something like this, it does get better, eventually. And if you are worried, I want you to remember that your worries are valid, and you deserve to be listened to. It's okay to be scared in a health situation. Don't be too hard on yourself. Respect your body and give it the rest it needs. Don't try to push it when it's trying its best to keep you going. And so, I went for a head MRI. The experience itself was not that bad. Took about 20 minutes, but I know it won't be as pleasant for someone that is claustrophobic. The week that followed, I was on the edge, waiting for the results. When the scan showed no signs of anything wrong with me, I cried tears of joy and relief. I finally felt like I could put this behind me. Finally, 2 months after this, I feel like myself again. I have a tiny bald patch that might serve as my reminder forever of the tragedy that it could have been. But that's okay. I'm moving forward.